A romantic ride in an Italian gondola may be a thing of the past. The water levels in the legendary canals of Venice, Italy, have dropped to record lows. According to Venice's local tide monitoring authority, the water is 2.16 feet below average, with some canals running dry. The city of Venice is made up of 118 small islands connected by bridges and canals. Locals and tourists travel by gondola and boat through different parts of this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Severe drought and record high temperatures over the summer, combined with the Alps receiving less than half of its normal snowfall this year, have resulted in some Venetian canals not having enough water to float a boat. Water ambulances have reportedly had difficulty reaching patients. Beyond the environmental concerns, some worry this may have an effect on summer 2023 tourism, dashing the dreams of those who want to glide along Venice's canals and the businesses who want their money. For instance,
I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Ruel, and peace and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing this word in the four winds of the earth. And yeah, you see that all of these rivers are drying up, man, even over there in Italy, as you see, you know, the rivers are drying up, and there's 4 rivers over here that's drying up, okay? And it says as rivers around the world dry up, people are taking notice. Some of these rivers have long been known for their beauty and recreational activities, but with significantly less water flowing through them, it's hard to maintain those attractions, right? And they worry about an attraction, but, you know, not worrying that, you know, this is really means a famine is coming, man. It says in some cases, dried up riverbeds can even cause problems with infrastructure, and fishermen, farmers, right? And even entire cities rely on these natural waterways for sustenance and income. Unfortunately, due to a variety of factors, including climate change and pollution and over-extraction of water resources, many rivers are in danger of drying up. And it says here are the 4 rivers around the U.S. that are at risk of disappearing. You got the Colorado River here. Okay, and I'm not going to read the synopsis on that. The Mississippi River and the Snake River. And let me see here. And the Mobile River, right? So these are 4 rivers, 4 great rivers in the United States that are drying up, man. Okay? And I would say 3 out of the 4 of these places, you know, a lot of produce is grown, and, you know, the water is needed to, you know, keep the land fertile and, you know, be able to, you know, grow your fruits and your vegetables and stuff on the land, man. Now, with these waters drying up, that's pointing to famine, man, which is coming, right? And there was another one, let me see here. Give me a second. Okay, so this is another article, and it says the Omega symbol appears in the Euphrates River, because the Euphrates River is, you know, one of the 4 great rivers in the Bible. And the Euphrates River is drying up now. It's dried up so much to the point where, you know, you can see the land under the water. And this is the Omega sign that they saw in one part of the Euphrates River that's completely dried up, as you can see, man. You know? So this is the Omega symbol right here, right? Which is right here. The Omega symbol, right? And what does the Omega symbol represent? It represents the end, man. All right, and let's get that in Revelation 1 and 8, I believe. Okay. This is Revelation 1 and 8. It says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty. Okay? So the Alpha is the beginning, and the Omega is the ending. And this symbol right here represents that we are definitely in the end times. This is another sign from the Heavenly Father, to let us know, what times we're in, man. So we're definitely in the end times now, man, right? And a famine is definitely coming, right? So I had another article I wanted to bring out. Just one more article, which caught my eye because this definitely is pointing to, a famine as well, in my eyes anyway. And it says wildlife officials want you to catch and cook fat and juicy invasive species in Utah, man. And these are frog legs, man, which I've never tasted before. If any of y'all ever seen Norbit, that's what it remind me of the turkey ass. This is disgusting. I don't see how people can eat this. It's disgusting. It says catch and cook this fat and juicy invasive species in Utah, and you won't be eating good. And you won't just be eating good, you'll be helping the environment at the same time, right? Now look how these things look, man. These is all bullfrogs, man. I mean, I don't see how people could eat that shit, man. That looks disgusting, But now they're going towards telling people, we're gonna be putting bugs in the food. And I showed you in another article where people in New York City were catching rodents and grilling them and eating them. And now this, man, right? And it's gonna come to the point where people are literally gonna have to be living off the land, as far as catching anything they can to eat, man. That's where it's going to, you know. Us being of the Lord, we're not going to be doing that, Lord willing. We're going to wait and trust on the Lord. But the majority of these people out here are going to be eating things that they never thought that they would eat before, man. Right? The scriptures say that the land will be barren of faith. Okay? And for the most part, the land which we are living in now, which is Babylon the Great, aka America, is definitely barren of faith. But more so in those days, man, when the famine hits, man. So that's what I took from this here. They trying to, you know how Esau works with gradualism. So they gradually, put these things on the masses so that they, get accustomed to it and then start doing it, man. Right? So this is another thing that Esau wants the people of America to do, right? To eat frogs, right? And eat bugs, right? And they also try to pass, cannibalism to a point, which I brought out in another video, which is definitely going to be a very much prevalent soon come, man. People are going to be, eating each other as well, man. These things are definitely coming here in America, man. So I wanted to bring out a couple of scriptures, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So I wanted to go to, let's go to 2nd Ezra 16. Let's get 17 through 19. And it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? Trust in the Lord. That's what we're going to do. We're going to trust in the Lord, man. And it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? And these things are definitely coming, man. They're coming faster and faster, man. And these things can come overnight, man, without notice. One day everything could be good, and then when you wake up the next day, everything will be not so good. And that's how these things work, man. So we're on our watch, and we're watching for these things because we know that they're coming. And this is why we always make videos on these things, because these are the last prophecies that we are waiting to pop off. So we're keeping a watchful eye on them because we know that they're coming. So we're just trying to alert, the body and people that these things are coming, man. You know. Let me get that in the New Living Translation. What the hell? Second address 16. Let's start at 16. It says second address 16 and 16. It says the disasters are on their way toward the earth, and like an arrow shot by a strong archer, they cannot be turned back. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Who will rescue me in those days? It says troubles will come and many people will groan. Famine will come and many will die. Wars will come and the world powers will tremble. It says disasters will come and everyone will be terrified. What people, what will people do when these disasters come? Right? The famines, the epidemics, troubles, and suffering are sent to punish and correct people. Right? And it also says, but in spite of all this, they will not turn away from their sins. They soon forgot their punishment. Right? It says the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived, but then disasters will spring up everywhere, wars, famine, and great confusion, right? Yeah, so they're just gonna, like I said, one day everything could be all good, man. And you wake up the next day and it's not gonna be so good, man. And it says, verse 22, many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war, right? And that's what's coming on the earth, man. A lot of starvation. Now, a famine doesn't mean that there's no food, but it definitely means that, you know, it'd be like a rationing of food where, most people won't get enough to survive if they do get some food at all, because there'll be some that won't have access to food at all, and there'll be some that have access to food, but not enough to nourish the body, man. You know, and as we know, the elites will have bunkers and bunkers of food, right? But little do they know that they pretty much storing that up for the elect, so that the elect can eat. You know, the men of the Lord, right? Let me get second edge. Let me get 16 and 37 through 39. I'll just stay here in second Esdras. Uh, it says the disasters are approaching rapidly and they will not be delayed. It says a woman in the 9th month of pregnancy may suffer labor pains for several hours, but when the time comes for the baby to be born, there is no longer any delay. In the same way, the disasters that are coming on the earth will not be delayed, and the world will groan when it is caught in its labor pains, right? And that's definitely what's coming, man. We can see it, man. All of these rivers drying up at the same time. Esau causing these derailments of trains and chemicals to be spilled in the water, right? Killing the livestock and, making people sick, making the food not, unedible, if that's a word, right? Or making the food not edible anymore. All these things are coming in place, man. And that famine is fastly approaching, man. World War III is in the workings right now. We seeing chariots all over the skies. I just put up another video up on my other page last night. I'm going to put it up on this page, but it'll probably be later on this week because I came into some more footage of chariots that is amazing. And yeah, all of these things are happening, man. So we're definitely at the end, right? And that Omega sign in Euphrates River is just the cherry on top, man. That definitely lets us know that we at the end. So, yeah, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to say shalom to the next one.